going to be my audience for the video. Alright, so I know everybody always has those days whenever they come home from school or from work or just a tough day or just any day in general and they're super hungry and you just want to go ahead and get a snack at home and you look in your pantry and your fridge and there's just nothing there. You go in there multiple times and you just don't have any good food. So I've looked up a couple of good recipes to show like y'all. I'm going to show you guys how to make edible chocolate chip cookie dough batter. And it has no eggs in it, so it's good to eat still and it's delicious. So the first couple things that you're going to want to do before you even start baking is put your hair up to make sure that you don't get any food in your hair or hair in your food. And then you're also going to want to make sure that you wash your hands just to make sure that they're not nasty and that you're not contaminating anything. And then also make sure that you put on an apron if you think that you're going to get a little bit dirty. Since I have done all of those things, I just chose not to put on an apron, but you can, of course, if you want. So the first thing that we're going to start off with is brown sugar. So you're going to want to use 1/4 of a cup. And just go ahead and put that in your bowl. You can use a regular mixing bowl or just a regular glass bowl like I'm using. It's a pretty small portion, so either should be fine. And then the next thing you're going to want to use is butter, 2 tablespoons, and you're going to want to make sure that it's softened, so you can either just leave it out for like 5-10 minutes, or you can just put it in the microwave. I put mine in the microwave for around 5 seconds, but you don't want it to be melted, just softened. So you're just going to want to put that in the bowl together. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is use vanilla extract. So you're just going to want to use 1/8 of a teaspoon. So go ahead and measure that out and then just put it in the bowl as well. And then you're going to want to go ahead and mix those two things together. So with a spoon, you can use just a regular metal spoon or a plastic spoon, or like I'm using a wooden spoon. Anything is fine. So you just want to make sure all those things are mixed together. And it's going to look like this whenever you're done mixing that part. And then the next thing you're going to do is add in 1 tablespoon of milk. You can use any milk you want, so almond milk, oat milk, or I'm just using regular whole milk. So just put about a tablespoon of that into the bowl. And then you're also going to want to use 5 tablespoons of flour. But you're just going to want to use about half of the flour first and put that in the bowl and mix it up just so that you don't make a mess everywhere and that you keep your workspace clean. So you're just going to mix that together and then you're going to want to use the other half. So pour that in there. So you just pour the other half in and start mixing that in. And that's just going to make the batter a little bit thicker so it looks more like cookie dough. So it's just going to look similar to that. If you think that you need a little bit extra flour, you can of course add that in there. I think that I'm going to put just about another half a tablespoon in there just to get it to a more consistency that I want. But if you like it more like that, of course you can do that. And then just mix that in there. And then the next thing you're going to do is use a little bit of salt. I just have one that you just twist the top. So I just use about 1 twist of that, but if you have one that you can measure out, it's 1/8 of a teaspoon for the salt. Or if you want to use salted butter instead of unsalted butter, you can just skip the salt part. So you're just going to want to stir that in there as well. And then the last thing is going to be chocolate chips. So you can use 2 tablespoons, which is what the recipe calls for, but of course you can add in more or less depending on what you like. You can also use, I use the semi-sweet, but you can use the dark chocolate or anything that you want. So I'm just gonna add in a couple more. All right, so this is what the final product is gonna look like. So you can definitely just grab a spoon and start eating it right away, or you can put it in the refrigerator or the freezer for a little bit just to get it a little bit more firm. And I got this recipe from Family Fresh Meals, so you can of course look it up. But I hope that y'all have a great day.